You know that Akshay Khanna dance is going kind of viral.
Is it?
The one where he comes in.
Yeah.
We should do it so we can go viral. Okay. What was the dance?
He was just.
Yeah,
he was just.
do a twirling dervish.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, let's do the dance.
Okay, let's
Ready?
do the dance.
Let's go viral. Hey, welcome back to our Stupid Reactions, the Idiots. I'm Corbin.
I'm Rick. We're on the wrong sides.
Oh, yeah, it's shit.
There we go. We hate that. Anyway.
Welcome back.
How you doing?
To our Stupid Reactions, the Idiots. I'm Corbin.
I'm Rick.
And we just got out of... what is the...
Dhurandhar.
Dhurandhar. Okay.
When we went in, it was early morning. No.
We just got out of Dhurandhar, the new Ranveer, Akshay Khanna, a bunch of people film.
Yeah.
And obviously it's out right now. Everybody's going to see it. If you saw our trailer reactions to it, you probably saw like a kind of a mixed reaction at minimum.
Yeah.
To what we thought of the trailer.
We had cautions and thought, I hope, are they trying to make another animal? Because I didn't want that.
You didn't want another animal?
I didn't want another animal.
Anyway, but if you saw the songs as well, we really enjoyed this.
Very much.
2 of 3 especially of the songs that you saw. But anyways, we just stepped out of the 3.5 hour movie. Finished it, by the way, which
we stayed.
Might be... Correct me if I'm wrong. This could be the first actual theater review of 2025.
Where we stay all the way through.
It's been a bad year for big Indian cinema.
Yep.
Great year for Indian cinema.
Yes, but bad year for the
big Indian cinema
releases. We would have stayed had we seen Chava in theaters.
Yes, of course.
That's for sure.
We did not see that in theaters. We did a watch along of others. So, but anyways, we doing spoiler, non-spoilers.
Let's start non-spoiler.
All right, we'll do a little
we'll warn them and then we'll spoil.
We'll do a little non-spoiler for you.
Yeah.
So if you haven't seen the movie, you can stay for this part, and then we will let you know before we get into some spoils for this movie. Okay, Rick, your initial non-spoiler thoughts of
Dhurandhar.
I'm just going to be a hard one for me.
Dhurandhar. So it was almost 4 hours, and I loved every minute of it. This is what I wanted Animal to be.
All of India just came.
Loved every minute of it. Gold with a blue diamond. It's exceptional, elevative aspects. Going to talk about a lot of stuff. Absolutely love this movie.
Yeah, I love this movie as well. We said at interval that this movie marketed itself as mass, right?
It did.
It marketed itself as Animal. Basically, you liked Animal, right?
That was probably, we said, probably brilliant.
Animal. You
draw people in. You liked Animal.
You loved Animal, right?
This was everything I was hoping Animal would be.
Yeah.
Story driven.
This was basically, how they say that the line, all mass, no class, right?
Right.
This is all class,
some mass.
Little mass.
Just some mass.
Honestly, this is not a massy film.
No.
There's a few massy parts. There's a couple fight scenes that I'm like, okay, you could say that's mass. There's one song that I'm like, okay, that's a mass song.
Right.
One song in the there are other songs, but in terms of a mass song.
Right.
One.
Right.
In the entire film.
Right.
It's kind of wild how they market it, because this is a strict drama.
This is a drama.
3.5 hour drama.
3.5 hour drama. It reminded me, by the time we reached interval, the story has nothing to do with the comparison I'm about to make. But it reminded me of the way the story unfolds in Scarface.
Yeah.
Just this slow evolution of this world and these people, and every once in a while something violent happens and you go, oh, damn, they ain't playing.
And they weren't playing.
They weren't playing. everything, this is no spoilers, but pretty much everything about this movie is exceptionally well done. Direction, writing, cinematography, makeup, stunt work, continuity, the score. I don't know why anybody wouldn't. The only thing I think is that some folks would go in thinking it's going to be Animal, and it wasn't. And they walk out going, I wanted Animal.
Yeah.
If you want an Animal, you ain't getting it.
Yeah, no.
This is way better than Animal.
You'll get the patriotism, and this is one of the ones where the patriotism
Is
even
legit.
though it's actually legit, but it's also not forcing it like a lot of them do.
It's not pulling on the strings and making you just go, okay, great. You're being patriotic just to make people say Jai Hind. It's not working. This worked.
Yeah, and it did. For all aspects, I think we'll really get into some
details on the
spoilers and performances. Everybody did really, really well. I think there was a couple standout performances. Obviously, I think Ranveer did very well.
Really well.
Akshay Khanna might have been the standout performance in this film.
Yeah, he's definitely the one I think people will talk about the most. I think people expect Ranveer to be a solid lead. The thing that's awesome about this isn't a spoiler necessarily, but let's just say Ranveer lets himself, thankfully, and you expect this from him, he lets himself be just small.
Yeah, and so that's our non-spoiler review because we want to get into some stuff. But
go see it.
It's a very good film. The only negatives I can think of are, and they're not really negatives. This is one of the most snappy 3.5-hour movies I've ever seen.
We were 3/4 of the way into the second half, and I was thinking to myself, I can't believe I'm going to be sitting here for almost 4 hours, and I'm cool.
Yeah, I'm good with it.
Keep going.
Yeah.
You have another 30 minutes for me? I'm good.
That's what when you
it's like binge watching.
When you rely on story,
yes,
and good acting.
Yep.
It just flies by.
Each page of the story unfolds like when you're watching a show you love to binge, and the episode ends, and you go, "Let's keep going."
Yeah.
Let's keep going.
Absolutely. And so it's a very snappy 3.5-hour movie.
Which is incredible for such a slow burn story.
It is very
a slow
from
burn
the trailer
story.
we saw with their character introduction that we saw, right?
Yep.
They basically introduced all the characters, but they did all the massy moments.
Right. Well, they did it even. The trailer is cut in a way that makes it even more massy than the entrances in the film.
Oh yeah.
It was very smart marketing.
Yeah, because
I hope it paid off.
They know the mass audience wants that.
Right. I hope it paid off.
I hope it works out. But anyways, that's our non-spoiler review. If you haven't seen it, please go watch it now. I know it's doing well, and I'm glad for that.
Keep it going.
But please go watch it because it's worth its time.
Yep.
Ranveer stand, boys. Anyway, so this is our spoilers. So if you haven't seen it, please go away.
Yep.
So let's talk about the performance.
Okay. Spoilers now.
Ranveer, he's the star, right? Ranveer's the star.
Right. And unashamedly,
hot as fuck.
We have unashamedly loved him.
Sorry.
He has especially, for those of you, because this is all for those of you who've seen it. You know in the early part of the film when the guy sees him in the street and he starts to mug him and he puts his hands in his pants and he smells his hand and then he bends him over and he's laying on the ground and he says, yeah, rip his pants off. Korbin says, that's my dream role right there.
I did. I 100% said that to Rick right at that moment. But anyways, I thought he did. I said at interval to Rick. I was like, he hasn't had a ton of dialogue in the first half.
Not at all.
And even in the second half, he had more in the second half.
Yeah.
But even in the second half, there wasn't a ton of dialogue.
Nope.
So it was even though his character is massive.
His character is the film.
It's very small
Very
in
small.
terms of his performance. Very similar in a different way to Gully Boy.
Correct.
In terms of, once again, very different.
Very different character.
But in terms of getting rid of all of what you know of the aura of Ranveer.
Right.
Of how big he is, how
right.
Extroverted that man is.
Correct.
In the same way Gully Boy did, he brings it really
right down. He also is a badass without playing badass.
Yeah.
It's so obvious when someone's doing something and you know they're doing it because they know they're the star and they know they're going to be the badass. This worked because he wasn't playing anything. He was being this guy.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I really enjoyed his performance.
Me too.
But like I said in the beginning, I think and there's another character as well that we'll talk about as well. But I think the standout performance, and there's a lot. I think everybody Mahesh Chabra was the casting director?
all the casting. In fact, I want to pull up the credits. And
Mahesh Chabra, right?
Yeah, the casting was Mahesh Chabra.
The biggest casting
Across
director in
the board,
India.
everybody. And the actress who was introduced, who plays his love interest, I'm looking for her here. Forgive me for not finding her quickly on IMDb. I believe this is her. Where's the photo? It's not blowing up big enough for me there. There it is. That's not her. Anyway, forgive me for not having your name right in front of me right now. She was wonderful.
She was.
When that moment came where they had the fight scene, I was reminded of the fight scene between Ranveer and his love in Animal and how much it did not work for me.
Gotcha.
This was the opposite.
Yeah.
Worked for me.
Yeah, I thought she did very well.
The standout.
And she's introducing?
This was her first film, I believe. Yeah,
Really?
This was an introduction.
Oh, wow,
for
I
her.
did not know that. Okay,
Yeah.
that's great. She did a fantastic job. Her and Ranveer had great chemistry.
Yep.
But the
I'm still looking for her. I wanna say her
standout
name.
performance in this, and I think I've heard it already, is Akshay Khanna.
Yes. Agreed.
If one of the people in India that ran Rick when he was younger looked like a lot.
Yeah.
With Akshay and Saif. I think actually in terms of older, Akshay Khanna probably looks most like you now than any of the other ones.
Yeah, that's the thing is in our aging, I don't look like him anymore.
don't-
But his
don't-
performance is solid from start to finish.
Yeah.
He carries the film with doing what he needs to be doing as the antagonist. Believed him every second. He carries himself with it very much. His largeness is reminiscent to me of Al Pacino because Al Pacino's small of stature, but carries great weight on screen.
In a different way as well, but in a similar way to Marlon in The Godfather as well.
Very much so.
Like, 'cause he had this kind of...
I'm just here.
He had like a body language thing going on the entire
whole time
that obviously he made a choice for, which I thought was a very good choice.
Also, shout out just real quick, Aditya Dar, you did a phenomenal job. Your whole team did a phenomenal job. Everything you did, the details you did, you're gonna understand this. When musical numbers were going on in small movements, and they were even in slow motion, Aditya made it a point to ensure that everything was in rhythm to the music. There was never a loss of believability. There was never a loss of believability and continuity. When he had the hair dye on his head, every shot they went to, I was waiting to see a continuity mistake. I don't know how they kept it. Shout out, every moment of this was believable throughout.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm looking forward to the second part when they all come back.
Yeah.
And, well, not Akshay.
Not
Akshay, sorry. But for the... did you know it was a two-parter?
Had no idea.
I did.
Yeah.
I knew that.
I loved it.
Previously.
I also didn't know that it was based on true events, and when it got to the point where the attack was on the Taj, I said out loud, I went, oh my goodness, this is the Taj.
Yeah.
I had no idea this was the story of the guy who was trying to infiltrate that group.
Yeah, they really kind of, and maybe you guys picked up on it. We just didn't, obviously. But like in the trailers, they really kept a lot of that under. They were really marketing as a big, massive film,
not kind of a biopic of this guy who infiltrated like Razi.
Yeah,
it wasn't that, and I love that became. It became heavy playing the recordings in the Taj.
Yeah, that was an interesting choice that they made that I thought really worked.
Really worked.
Yeah.
As did something that could have not worked. There were a lot of original things that were done, and something that might have been cheesy but I thought worked was that moment when he realizes what's been going on and he has that vision of Mother India, and he's got the blood on his hands. I thought that was really powerful.
That was really nice.
Yeah.
Another performance, Sanjay Dutt came in clutch and just fucking killed it as always.
Yep.
Some of the most, might be the most iconic eyes in all of Indian cinema.
Yeah.
But in this way, even though I thought in Animal, probably one of the best parts of Animal, way better. It worked way better for me because it was all about acting and story and dialogue and everything. It was hats off to the director of Uri. It was Aditya,
same director, right? Aditya? Yeah. Aditya Dar.
He's a fantastic director. He's all about story.
All about story. And originality.
Yeah.
Reminiscent.
Just like Uri.
Yeah, reminiscent of some things that we've seen. There were some quirky moments that you're like, what the hell?
Yeah.
That doesn't fit in this film, but I like it.
Let's talk about it. Shout out the score by our dose.
Shashwat Sakdev, your score, bro. Absolutely fantastic, every moment of it. I hope you had as much fun making it as we had listening to it, because it worked every single moment on screen.
Yeah, we're talking about, obviously the songs were all really nice, but a lot of background score was very reminiscent of like quirkiness of like Quentin likes to do a lot of times.
Yeah. Just dead stops sometimes.
Yeah.
When the Sanjay gets revealed, the music for Sanjay's reveal is like, why is it so quirky and weird for him right now?
I have noticed in Hollywood specifically that that's a big trend. Weird scores are doing very well right now.
Oh,
one battle after another. Very weird score. Begonia.
Correct.
Well, very weird score in terms of like, it's a lot of just like instruments in this place. And there was a couple times that happened in here, but I said a Dosed. We've talked on Instagram. I would love to have him on the channel.
Very early.
Like early on at Ori. I think he reached out to Ori.
He reached out because we were giving praises for the for Ori and the score, which we saw in this same theater, and he just reached out and DM'd and said, "Hey, thanks so much for the great review."
We talked. I would love to talk to him on the channel because
I'll be messaging him again.
He's a fantastic scorer,
great composer,
and for the directing, fantastic pacing,
wonderful pacing.
Once again,
editing.
Yeah, and editing. I don't know who the editor is.
Editing, I'll tell you.
3.5 hours is it's a two-parter.
Yep,
it's a ballsy thing.
Shiv Kumar V. Panikkar, editor.
It's a ballsy thing to make your film 3.5 hours.
Yeah,
because you're like, I'm sure you took stuff out, but that's a long ass movie, right?
Yeah, and it wasn't self-indulgent. Note to Martin Scorsese, I love you. It wasn't self-indulgent.
No.
I felt like the continuation of it was, I gotta keep these things in. They're propelling story.
There was not a lot of wasted time in this movie.
They're propelling story.
We've seen movies this year.
Yep.
That are under 2 hours that felt way longer than this movie.
Yes. Absolutely. That dragged.
So hats off to the directing, editing, and that's a whole big collaboration.
Yeah, this is without question. This is one of my favorites of the year.
Easily the best big film of the year.
Without question.
Like that's not even close.
And Chava, because we didn't see Chava in theaters.
That's true.
But
I love Chava.
I do too.
So that's
a tough one.
Once again, but Akshay Khanna, 2 of the best performances of the year because he played the antagonist in that one and shape-shifted in that one.
What hell of a year, man!
Heck of a year for Akshay Khanna. Would love to have him as a Dosed.
No joke.
It's the Akshay Khanna year. I'm just trying to think if there's something else.
You're obviously here because you stayed. Were you as happy as we were to see? Well, you knew. But when I saw the second part's coming, when I saw he's got another list of things he's got to do, and they started showing him and said, Revenge it's Revenge, right?
Yeah.
Coming in March of 26. I was like, sign me up. I'll be there day one first show.
Yeah, we'll definitely be there. It's also exciting that this did so well.
Yeah.
And they filmed him at the same time.
Awesome.
And they're like, we're going to build off the success, and 4 months after this one releases, we're releasing this other one.
Thank you to as well, because that means they were greenlit by Jyoti Deshpande. Aditya did some of the, wrote a check, and Lokesh Dar, and any other producers that are listed. I haven't even looked at it here, but those are the main producers listed. Trusting to sign up and just say we're doing 2 right out the gate, and we're just going to film 2, because it's a gamble. The first one could come out and could collapse.
Yeah. But you're also if the first one does well, you're gonna reap the benefits of it doing so well. And 4 months later, audiences are like, "Oh, I already get a film," because people are used to, "Oh, this film did really well."
Yeah.
4 to 3 years later, having to wait for another film to come out.
It's why I wanted to go see it, because initially Corbin texted me and he said, "You weren't thrilled about the trailer. Do you want me to see it?" And I said, No. I want to go see it because, again, don't judge a movie by its trailer. And this is a great example of that. The stunt sequences are great, but the trailer made you think it was just going to be massy and do I really want to sit through just another animal? And thankfully, this was superlative.
So as we all know, Rick was wrong.
Superlative.
Yeah, no, it's
such a good movie.
I came multiple times.
You did. It's true. As did others.
I cleaned up the seat.
Thankfully, we don't leave that to the people in the theater. A couple of guys next to us also were enjoying the froth.
Dude, he was tripping.
Yeah, there was a guy really. He was sitting on the edge of his seat and forward in moments that you shouldn't be sitting on the edge of your seat.
It was just jigh-handing
Yeah,
too hard,
he
all right?
was-
It was just
He was
jigh-handing too
with
hard.
other people who weren't in the air.
Anyways,
Anyway.
very obviously happy that...
If you didn't like it,
That's what's...
please explain why.
Yeah.
What's not to like?
Yeah, that would be kind of wild.
I just, what's not to like?
Well, most people on Patreon were like excited that we were going to see it because I had gotten nothing but rave reviews.
Yeah.
And so I
What's
was
not to like?
I was surprised at it that there wasn't one that was like
I don't know what there's not to like.
Yeah. It's a really good movie.
Yeah.
It's a very good movie.
It's exceptional.
Yeah.
It's head and shoulders above most of the other things that have come out this year.
Well, it's once again by far the best big film to come out of India this year.
Absolutely.
You can have a conversation with Chava,
Right.
but there's a conversation to be had with the smaller films, of course.
We should wrap this up because they're coming to get us.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Anyways, let us know what you thought about the movie. If you liked it, if you didn't like it, what your thoughts on it are. Ranveer, since you're watching us like a hawk,
Yeah.
come on the
on!
channel. Emphasis on the word "come."
What the hell? And why didn't you cast him to do that scene?
I would have stuck my hand right down your pants and
Oh,
swallowed the gravy, baby.
Do we have another take? I didn't really feel that, literally.
That's what you thought about the movie down below.